Imagining a world where you've got sunglasses all day long and you're slurping on a choco. Now Ochako's gone and we can continue with the show because what happens next will blow your mind. Alright, I'm gonna keep the sunglasses on. These look cool. Anyways, welcome everybody. Welcome. Not to a discussion video. A video that will, blow your mind. Okay, so this is Saki Nakata stuff of Final Line 2 Anime 2024 here. And now that we're done with Ochako, you want to say hi? Help me. No one's gonna help you. You can go back to the My Hero fandom now, okay? No, you got to. See, this is why I sealed you on a cup and put your soul with letters here. Oh, yeah. You've been bad. No. Alright, cool. Goodbye. Anyways, all of you know the 4 options. To like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified for more content on the channel. Now, that being said, everybody, with my world of being a chef, all those options are up to you. Okay? Anyways, what we are here to talk about, if you have not seen the title of this video and you haven't realized the manga that I currently made, like, I don't know, like a few days ago, then go ahead and watch that before watching this video, because what I have to explain to all of you, okay, what I have to explain to all of you is that this title of this video is what we're talking about. Now that said and done, let us get this out of the way. Currently, you know, I've made dark anime stories. I'm actually trying to find new genres when I release my John Paulman writer personality into creation. Alright. I'm trying to find all types of different genres because horror anime story mangas that I create, they're fun, but the thing is that it's going down deep. Very, very deep. If I ever find a different type of genre of anime stories in general, if I ever find a different type of that, then I'll let you know in an update video. All you viewers out there, hooray! Oh, what's this? Okay. So, the past hour or so, I have been listening to music, and, I have been thinking to myself, what type of manga story will I make next? That'll probably be a thriller or something like that. Because if you haven't noticed that my anime manga stories that are very deep and dark with a bunch of story aspects and characters, yeah, if you haven't realized that by now, you know that, let me just say this. Like I said when I first started my YouTube channel on the internet, obviously, it's a mature audience channel only. And in case you're all wondering, no more hentai, okay? Because I'm not making any more X-rated anime manga stories. I like to stick with PG-13 and R for a reason. Lucy Van Hyven's saga, that's in the past. And again, like I've apologized in a million videos already from last year. Basically, 2022 and 2023, I've made a few apology videos. For all 7 seasons, if all of you did not enjoy that story, I don't know what to tell you. Other than, you're probably doing the right thing, not watching that story. Also, if you're a young audience, and you go ahead and you watch this channel in general, you're gonna have nightmares. And I don't want that for people. Remember, we're gonna get off topic for a minute of what this video is about. We're gonna get off topic. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something that you should know by now. And if you do, congratulations! With content in general on this channel, I obviously make scary entertainment content, such as my mangas, whether it be via Persona or if it's Resident Evil stories. Which, by the way, is, if anybody votes no for another Resident Evil story, it's happening anyway. It's a side story. And I have to say, along with Persona, I respect the lore to those series, respectively, along with the characters. So you know it's a fresh new story when I make it. Also, I just want to point out that if you think it's okay to do stuff from those stories, you're currently mistaken, okay? Like, I don't mean any offense to anybody, but I speak for everybody that has a mindset that if they think, oh yeah, this story or whatever they're watching on the internet nowadays is good to do, it's not. Take this. In Persona 3, you have something called an evoker. It's a pistol handgun that is used to activate your anime power via Persona. You pull it to your head, and then you do that. Except I had the gun twisted really different. You do that. Basically, the thing behind Persona, if you want to live, you have to do not alive. Even though it really doesn't kill the character. But there are some moves that your personas have in each of the animes. And I speak for the true version that makes more sense and is not rushed. I speak for the anime video games. The first thing that came out for Persona. The true Persona story that is in the anime universe. And then I can compare it to different characters via Kaneki or whatever with other people of who would win. By the way, if you guys want that video, let me know, and I could probably do an analysis or discuss the strength of every single anime character that I know. And we can see if they would win in a battle. That would be cool. That would be really cool. That would be very cool. Anyways, yeah, doing that stuff that you see in stories, if you think that's okay, you need to see a therapist. Like, no offense, but I don't know, just don't do stuff that's in stories. You gotta think, it's fiction, it isn't real. It's not real. It is for entertainment, and entertainment only. I speak for my stories and other ones too. I speak for everything in this world that people make. Like, via Saw, if you try to do that stuff to actual people, they're not going to stay alive. Saw is a psychological horror story series of 10 movies. Apparently Saw X, or known as Saw 10, is in place of, I think, Saw 2 and Saw 3. I don't know. It's so weird now. Anyways, off topic. I just wanted to point that out there as a safety thing. Don't do stuff that you see in stories. It is not okay. Do not hurt people. Do not do things you see. And if you think that way, then you don't need to be seeing that stuff at all. I'm not telling all of you what to do. Like, you can do it, but you won't like the result in the end. Okay, now back on topic. With that, obviously no offense to what I just explained. I figured I needed to get this out there. Yeah, so I figured I needed to get that out there. If all of you haven't realized by now that my stories are extremely scary, along with a few pieces of content that I make, mostly speaking for 100,000% of the stuff I play and make AMVs, etc., blah blah blah, you get it. Like, these stories, I speak for these mangas. Just welcome to 2024 because it's gonna get really dark with stories. Just like it already was. Except it's gonna get darker. Alright? Okay? From South Park. Okay? Okay. Okay. Saying okay normally. Okay, I make homemade posters from my thumbnails, the image of the stories that I make. I think I only have 2 posters that I've made for stories. The recent one being Mirror Door of Evil. That's a psychological horror anime manga story with some thrill in it. It can also be known as very sad because of what is happening to one of the characters. For whomever has not seen this story yet, go ahead and watch it because I'll probably be spoiling it in a few minutes without any restraint on spoilers. And no, that's not what this video is about. I'm just trying to make a very quick, kind of like an analysis, but just something that, you know, could so well happen in many other stories I can make. Inside of a nutshell, basically what the things are for this story, the setting, the theme, what it's about, what the characters do. We're going to focus on what the characters do. You see, Ray, he got this mirror, but he didn't know what it could do. This mirror could change you in many ways, and you're inside your own self, watching through your own eyes, but you can't control your body or your actions of what you do. Thankfully for Ray, he got hit by a car and was saved, and it snapped him out of it. And he was treated like he was patched up or whatever, I don't know. Unluckily for Lily, Ray's best friend, one of his best friends, Lily did not have this happen to her. She became a monster. What the mirror wanted was for her to bring her more yummy souls, and that is so the mirror could eat people and basically suck the life out of you. In case you didn't know what was happening to Lily inside of Mirror Door of Evil, I'll explain it to you. The more evil she got, the more out of control she became. When the mirror is controlling you, you don't know when you're too far gone. Like, Lily herself was still there, but she kind of merged with the evil inside of her. So what her story was that she did not want to come back after she was too far gone. She wanted power, evil, and wanted to be a monster in general. She also wanted something called traumatization. Along with Ray, all he wanted to do was save her until Ray's sister died. Then he wanted revenge. Luckily, he was able to bring back Saki. She didn't die. She was in pain. Saki lost both of her eyes, her left leg and arm, and since he was merged with the mirror's perspective soul or whatever for a few minutes or a day or so, I explain it way better in the story. You can go watch it there. He got this power that he could heal people. He was good. So he gave Saki her arm and leg back along with her eyes. And originally there was going to be a scene in that story at the end of the entire thing, but because it would not fit with the situation I had making the story, I will explain scrapped content for you for that story. The eyes that she has, their originally color is blue. Her eyes got more bluer. Bright blue, which means that she could predict anything that happened. She could see the people's moves that was about to happen, such as if you're running to kill somebody, she could predict that. That is why, since I could not fit that in with the story whatsoever at that point in time, I just made Saki basically push Lily into the mirror, and then Saki got grabbed, pulled into the mirror. Then Rei pursued to light the house and the mirror on fire, since that is how you can only kill this mirror. But here's the thing. Rei was sad at the end of the story. This is the part that is supposed to make you think. Let's not forget, Mirror Door of Evil is a psychological anime horror story written by me and art written by, well, drawn by me. Drawn and written. They're different things. Anyways, story by me. It's supposed to make you think of the people that you can save in this world and that you can't. The lesson here in this story is that if you can't save somebody and they don't want saving, let them be and you won't get messed up. In Rei's perspective point of view, he wanted to save people. He was always trying to. And then he was going down a dark path after Saki died and after his sister died. When his sister died, he went down a dark path, and it led him to revenge. Then he dies trying to get his revenge, but Saki brings him back to life, you see. He still lost an eye, and that never came back for him. All that was left at the end of the story for him was his self telling his self from multiple personalities, as it explains, that it was all his fault and that he wanted to not be alive. Hence is why he apologizes with the state and quote that I made for him saying sorry to his friends that died and his sister. And then he went insane at the end of the story. And I think along the lines of him saying that he could kill whoever got in his way had to be done. That's apparently that part. But since this video is not basically based on that, I was making a statement of what the stories are going to be this year. In the breaks of the Persona anime remake when it comes out, we're not that far from it now. I will have more content in general, such as Corpse Party, more Corpse Party basically, more Persona content, and its side stories that I tend to make, along with Resident Evil stories, and more content in general. I will be taking breaks in between Persona 3's anime remake. And people call it P3R, but we all know Persona 5 Royal is P5R. I will be calling this Persona 3 anime remake, or actually short, anime remake for P3, since it's hence in the name of the titles of different videos, Road 2. Road 2 Anime Remake. I'll be calling it Persona 3 RE if I want to make the title short. That way, you guys know what it stands for. Persona 3 Reload. I don't know why Makoto Yuki has what he has. When he has the evoker in his hand like that. I think the arm pad is really cool, by the way. Better than like the bandana or the arm patch or whatever it was. Saying cease. It's still red, but it says cease. And it's an arm pad that leads down like right to here. And the outfits are cool. I just don't get why it's called Reload. Is it because that the evoker has to have a cooldown time? Just like Orgia mode for Aegis? Is that why there was a red tube coming out of the evoker when he was holding it? Only time can tell. Because I don't know. I don't know yet. I just hope they keep the story the same. And I'm excited to hear the different voice actors. Anyways, that out of the way, yeah, most content this year is going to be pretty dark. When I was listening to music for an hour and a half earlier, a few hours earlier, as of this video, I got ideas for another story right away. All it takes for me is to listen to music, and I write and draw as I go. And because Mirror Door of Evil brought back the return of the the anime manga read-alongs. That's what I'm trying to say. Because that brought back that with pictures in it, you can guarantee that there will be pictures in my stories still. I don't plan on quitting on that. What I do plan on for these stories is that they're going to be longer with words, the read-along part, and the pictures. You know, it works out, okay? At the end of the day, really, Mirror Door of Evil is starting off with the, like I said, the return of the anime manga read-alongs that I make. Most of my mangas on this channel are read-alongs. What began the picture thing was one of the Persona side stories that I did. Persona Sakaiji. A great story with its sequel. I think its sequel is pretty cool. It's really short, but it's so cool. And I'm praying to Atlas right now that hopefully they will bring in the form of a DLC, and hopefully it's not too expensive. That they will bring back Persona 3 The Answer. It would be really creepy and cool to see Shadow Makoto. The fight that you have with him in the original Persona 3 anime. When you're done fighting him, the reason I say it's creepy is because he deforms in a cutscene, and it's scary, and we know what we're talking about. Straight up nightmare fuel, especially how gray he is when it all starts. But I kind of got the message behind that part, and I'm pretty sure all of us have. Shadow Makoto was, well, obviously it was Yuki, but his evil self. And if they do make a DLC, hopefully, that will mean that they're bringing back Season 2 of the anime. Because we know that Persona 5 has 2 seasons to it. Persona 5, and I would recommend you play Royal because Kasumi Yoshizawa is inside of Persona 5 Strikers. And yeah, P5S is weird. But anyways, off topic. The whole thing of this video is that because that was a really dark anime story, I speak for Mirror Door of Evil, my recent one that I made. Since it was a psychological horror anime with the story of wanting power, obsession with traumatization, and many other things in there, you can bet that most of my anime mangas this time around will be psychological horror, unless I can find a different genre that would fit into the anime universe. Just, if I do, it's just going to be in the form of, well, words, and then I'll make pictures from there as I go along, like I always do. But this next manga that I plan on making and releasing into the world as usual, like, I don't plan on stopping. When a story is made, a story is made. You gotta get it out there. You're just lying to yourself if you're not going to get it out there. This next story is going to follow a girl protagonist as she goes through a life of hell, basically. And yes, I have heard, and I'm not doing plagiarism or taking from anybody or copyright. Let me remind you that plagiarism and copyright is very illegal, to the point that probably the CIA will come through your house. Maybe. I don't know. And that is the only time I'm going to say the F word in this video. I had to get it out there. I just had to. I was lost at words. But anyways, the point being of this entire video is that you can bet that, like usual, have different content every now and then, but you can also bet that these stories will be psychological horror or maybe thriller. And I don't know too much about Metamorphosis, or known as Emergence. So if I get my hands on that, I'm going to read that manga. And I've heard people have, like, burned it and put it in a fire or something like that because they didn't like the story. And I've heard it's, like, based on stuff that could actually happen. Like, it has a lesson in it. And at the end of the day, you gotta think, it's entertainment. It's not real. But I have heard the stuff inside of Emergence, aka Metamorphosis, can actually, like I said, happen to us if we're not too careful. I don't know what the story's about other than that there's a girl named Saki and her life becomes a living traumatization of hell, basically. And so, if I don't get my hands on Metamorphosis, then you can spoil it for me in the comments. Or maybe you might want to give me a warning because of how weird it sounds. I don't know. Just go ahead. Do what feels right, you know? Do what feels right. But I do plan on watching Redo of Healer, which I don't want spoilers for. Alright? I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it is. I know it's a new subtitled anime that I got for a Christmas present. And I don't know what lies in store for me, other than that the fact it says uncut, uncensored. I don't know. Like I said, do what feels right, but please do not spoil Metamorphosis unless I don't get it. Like, unless I don't get the manga itself, because I heard that one is very hard to come around. I heard it's very expensive. And I would like to own that one, because I don't know what happens inside of that story. I have heard it's very dark, very disgusting, very disturbing. But, I mean, we all have a first time for everything, right? I'm not wrong here. Yeah. Anyways, viewers, that's gonna do it for this video. if you liked the video, make sure to smash and hit that like button. It's just down there, a click away. Also, comment something that you would really want to see from my content. Or just comment something in general of what you thought or what you just want to see in general. Also, make sure to hit the bell notification so you're notified for more content on the channel. And make sure you subscribe as well. But the 4 options are up to you at the end of the day, viewers. That all said and done, this has been Saki Nikaido, Stuff of Funny Lent to You Anime 2024 here. And that said, I will see all of you in the next one. Peace out, everybody. I have some ideas to get written down for a birthday list and more mangas and more content in general. And just have a great night out there, as it is currently snowing over here for me. But other than that, peace out. I'll see all you in the next one. Bye-bye for now, ladies and gentlemen. Viewers of the world. Oh, what's this? Oh, yeah. Persona...